Shikhar Dhawan announces his retirement from all forms of cricket. The world of cricket was jolted when Shikhar Dhawan, one of India's most celebrated opening batsmen, announced his retirement from all forms of cricket. It was a decision that took fans and cricket pundits alike by surprise. Known for his flamboyant stroke play, his broad smile, and the trademark mustache twirls, Dhawan had become a beloved figure in Indian cricket. His decision to step away from the game marked the end of an era. As the news spread, social media was flooded with tributes from around the world. Fans, fellow cricketers, and commentators shared their memories of the man who had so often been the face of India's top order. The shock was palpable. Dhawan had been a pillar of strength for the Indian cricket team for over a decade, his presence at the crease synonymous with stability and aggression. Speculation quickly began about why he chose this moment to retire. Was it the mounting pressure of competition from younger players? Or perhaps the lingering injuries that had plagued the latter part of his career? Whatever the reason, the fact remained that Indian cricket had lost one of its most iconic players. In the days that followed, cricket historians began to reminisce about Dhawan's career, the highs and the lows, the records broken, and the unforgettable moments that defined his journey. But to truly understand the magnitude of his impact on the game, one must go back to where it all Shikhar Dhawan was born on 5th December 1985, in a modest neighborhood in Delhi, India. The bustling capital city, known for its rich cricketing culture, had produced numerous cricketing legends, and Dhawan would eventually join that illustrious list. But in the early years, his journey was anything but certain. Dhawan grew up in a middle-class family, where sports were encouraged but academics were prioritized. His father, Mahendrapal Dhawan, was a small-time businessman, while his mother, Sunaina Dhawan, was a homemaker. Like many young boys in Delhi, Dhawan was drawn to cricket at an early age. The narrow lanes of his neighborhood often turned into makeshift cricket pitches, where he would spend hours honing his skills. Recognizing his passion and talent for the game, Dhawan's parents enrolled him at the Sonnet Cricket Club, one of Delhi's most prestigious cricket academies, at the tender age of 12. It was here that he caught the eye of coach Tarak Sinha, a man known for nurturing raw talent and molding them into future stars. Under Sinha's guidance, Dhawan began to flourish. His natural ability to strike the ball cleanly, coupled with an aggressive mindset, set him apart from his peers. He was a quick learner, always eager to improve, and his coach saw in him the potential to go far. Sinha's belief in the young Dhawan was unwavering, and he often pushed him harder than the other boys, knowing that greatness was within his grasp. As Dhawan progressed through the ranks, it became clear that he was destined for something special. He represented Delhi in various age group tournaments, consistently delivering performances that belied his age. His big break came in the 2004 Under-19 World Cup, where he was the leading run scorer, amassing 505 runs in just 7 matches. His 3 centuries in the tournament not only helped India reach the final but also announced his arrival on the international stage. Despite his stellar performances in the Under-19 World Cup, breaking into the Indian senior team proved to be a challenge. The Indian batting lineup was stacked with established stars, and competition for spots was fierce. Dhawan toiled in the domestic circuit for several years, piling on runs for Delhi in the Ranji Trophy, India's premier first-class cricket competition. His patience and perseverance would eventually pay off, but it was a long road filled with both triumphs and disappointments. In 2010, at the age of 24, Dhawan finally made his debut for the Indian national team in a one-day international, ODI, against Australia. It was a moment he had dreamed of since his childhood, but the dream didn't start as he had imagined. Dismissed for a duck, his debut was a harsh reminder of the challenges of international cricket. Critics were quick to write him off, but Dhawan was made of sterner stuff. Over the next few years, Dhawan would oscillate between the national team and domestic cricket, struggling to secure a permanent spot. But his determination never wavered. He continued to work on his game, sharpening his skills and learning from every setback. His opportunity would come again, and when it did, Dhawan was ready to seize it with both hands. Shikhar Dhawan's rise to prominence was marked by a series of performances that not only reinstated his place in the Indian team but also cemented his reputation as one of the most dependable openers in world cricket. His second coming was nothing short of a fairy tale, with a script that highlighted the essence of perseverance and determination. The turning point in Dhawan's career came during the 2013 ICC Champions Trophy. The tournament, held in England, saw Dhawan opening the batting for India, and it was here that he truly announced his arrival on the international stage. In the opening match against South Africa, Dhawan played a scintillating knock of 114 runs off 94 balls, his maiden century in ODI cricket. The innings was a perfect blend of aggression and finesse, as he toyed with the South African bowling attack, finding gaps at will and dispatching the ball to all parts of the ground. Dhawan's century set the tone for the rest of the tournament, as he went on to score another century against the West Indies, followed by a series of crucial contributions in the subsequent matches. His performances were instrumental in India's successful campaign, as they went on to lift the Champions Trophy. Dhawan finished as the tournament's highest run scorer, amassing 363 runs at an average of 90.75, and was awarded the Golden Bat for his efforts. The Champions Trophy was a watershed moment in Dhawan's career. It not only established him as a mainstay in the Indian lineup but also showcased his ability to deliver on the big stage. His flamboyant batting style, coupled with his unflappable temperament, made him a crowd favourite, and his signature celebration, a twirl of the mustache followed by a salute, became iconic. Following his exploits in the Champions Trophy, Dhawan continued to pile on the runs in both ODI and Test cricket. His performances in the limited overs format were particularly impressive, as he formed a formidable opening partnership with Rohit Sharma. The duo became one of the most successful opening pairs in ODI history, complementing each other perfectly. While Rohit was the more circumspect of the two, Dhawan's attacking instincts often put the opposition on the back foot right from the start. One of the highlights of Dhawan's ODI career was his performance in the 2015 ICC Cricket World Cup. Playing in Australia and New Zealand, Dhawan once again rose to the occasion, finishing as India's highest run scorer in the tournament. His innings of 137 against South Africa in Melbourne was particularly memorable, as it showcased his ability to dominate world-class bowling attacks on the biggest stage. Although India fell short in the semi-finals, Dhawan's contributions were widely acknowledged. In Test cricket, Dhawan's journey was slightly more turbulent, but he still managed to leave an indelible mark. His debut Test match against Australia in 2013 was nothing short of spectacular. Playing in Mohali, Dhawan smashed the fastest century on debut in Test history, reaching the milestone in just 85 balls. His final score of 187 was a testament to his fearless approach, as he took on the likes of Mitchell Starc and Nathan Lyon with disdain. Dhawan's ability to adapt to different formats and conditions made him an invaluable asset to the Indian team. Whether it was the flat tracks of the subcontinent, the seaming conditions in England, or the bouncy pitches of Australia, Dhawan had the technique and temperament to succeed. His success in the ICC tournaments further enhanced his reputation as a big match player, someone who thrived under pressure and delivered when it mattered the most. Shikhar Dhawan's career, like that of any top-level athlete, was marked by a series of highs and lows. For every glorious century, there were periods of struggle, where runs dried up, and questions were raised about his place in the team. Yet, through it all, Dhawan remained unflinchingly positive, his resilience defining his journey